All right. This is introduction chapter of the book. All right, and I highlighted some parts. Okay, and you can see uh, this icon. All right. Okay. When I clip it, okay, then you will see the words. Right. I mean, maybe a new word to you, the meaning of the words. Okay. All right. Okay. So that's the way how to read these attachments. All right, I will attach this to this article. Okay, I mean to this lesson. Okay, all right. According to Martin, all right, Angela Williams inspires me to write this book in 2000. All right. By the way, this book was published in 2007. Okay. I met Angela at a conference for women lawyers in Washington, D.C. All right, a prominent attorney who had worked for the Senate subcommittee that oversaw President Clinton's impeachment trial. And she arrived at the podium to give a talk about the state of the women in the legal profession. All right, and you will know what impeachment is. All right, it means especially in United States, all right, the action of formally accusing a public official of a serious offense in connection with their job, all right, and then if you have some idea about the period when Clinton was the president of the United States, right? Clinton, uh, he faced a very serious accusation of the sexual scandal, right? And then the Congress and the senator um, uh, had offered a kind of petition, a kind of case to impeach the president. The president. Okay, all right. Impeach. You know it's kind of accusation. Impeachment. It's kind of accusation officially in law. All right. Okay. If in the impeachment is passed, then the president has to step down their job, all right, and they have to elect another president. Okay, all right. So uh, that is the situation where Angela and this writer Machi met. All right, and then okay, later on the biography on Miss Williams was all about her life as a Baptist minister. Okay, all right. So uh, Angela Williams was a lawyer, right? Attorney also means a lawyer, and at the same time, she was a Baptist minister. All right. Let's see, Baptist minister. What does that mean? Okay, right. And then, so now you know much was a little surprised about the situation or the life that Angela had led, right? How come she could have two jobs at the same time, and these two jobs were quite different. All right, a lawyer and a minister. Okay, so Angela said, "I am the one who puts them. Put them means the criminals in jail in the morning, and prays for them at night." Okay, hmm? Very interesting, right? Okay, and then the next one. All right, the next page. After meeting at the conference, Angela and I began a series of conversations about what it means for her to be a lawyer slash minister and to lead a working life with a slash in the middle of it. Okay, all right. So they became friends. All right, and she they talk a lot. All right, and over the years here. Angela and I became friends, and it was in that capacity that I confided in her about a personal struggle. Confided means you tell somebody your secrets, all right, because you trust this person, okay, and then instantly she assumed the role of a spiritual advisor, all right. Okay, so assume means take control, right? Okay, so when they talk about much is a struggle about in her marriage, all right, she was a advisor, all right, spiritual advisor, but when much had decided to divorce, okay, and then Angela took the other identity very soon, okay, she immediately switched gears and began peppering me, all right, with questions about my legal and financial well-being. Okay, right. So, uh, she Angela was a lawyer. Okay, so as a lawyer, she could give much very professional suggestions and advice for uh, divorce. Okay, all right. So Angela is so adept at toggling between two different orientations that she doesn't see it as unusual or disjointed. All right, disjointed means all right, unconnected. All right, so that means Angela can make the balance of these two things, these two jobs, very des- dexterously, all right, and in a very professional way, in a very smooth way, all right. So she didn't see it as unusual or disjointed, all right. So she is not split, all right, into identities. She combines these two identities very well, okay. And she says she is merely being herself, being oneself. Okay, that is very important. Okay, in all the various things that she does, and in all the variable roles she plays. That means she enjoys doing the two jobs. All right. So, in fact, if you look at the legal profession and the core of Christianity, the one common thread is justice. Thread means a line, okay, right? A line here means the maybe the gap between these two things, okay, all right, or the 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 core, okay, the core here, okay, the common stress, strat means the common parts, okay, is justice. That means these two jobs are not so quite different, all right. The as a minister, as a lawyer, all right, she was happy in both identities because she dealt with justice. All right, so uh, that is kind of inspiration for this writer. Okay, so she says before long, I started to notice slashes everywhere. All right, from unexpected career couples like Angela to celebrities like Sean comes P. Diddy. All right, rapper, entrepreneur, actor, activist. All right, activist, which means a person who is very active in movements in society. For example, maybe just like Leonardo DiCaprio, he cares about the change of global warming, all right, the climate issues, all right. So that kind of person is an activist, okay, all right. And then to old-fashioned moonlighters who pick up another job to generate extra cash, like a cop, landscaper I know who calls his business law enforcement. Okay, so moonlighter, what does it mean? Moonlighter, okay. Yeah, I think in Taiwan, a lot of people have to be moonlighters because one jobs cannot afford their life, right? Okay, so in this way, Machin began to think of herself. Okay, how to be herself. All right, so she says my interest in slashes soon blossomed into a full-blown obsession. All right, obsession means a very strong desire to have something. Okay, all right. With each week's reading of magazines and the newspapers, I clip articles that describe people with slashes. All right, so she began to pay attention to this phenomenon. All right, and then whenever I mentioned the concept to friends and colleagues, they offered me names of slashes in their circles, confirming my suspicion that I was into something. All right, then she began to figure out, okay, what she wanted to do. Okay, I found selection all over the United States and beyond. All right, and then against this backdrop, I developed my own slash identity. In late 99, all right, I gave up practicing law after nearly a decade in that field, all right, which means she was a lawyer for about 10 years, all right. And soon after, I sat down with career coach Belinda Plus, all right, to help me figure out a life after the law. All right. And then she asked me what I wanted to do, and I listed about 10 occupations. All right. You seem a little too restless to do just one thing. You will probably have a composite composite career. All right. Composites. Okay. All right. Here, sorry, I forgot to tell you this. All right. What is against the backdrop means under such circumstances. Backdrop means the background. Okay. All right. And then here, uh, composite. Okay. Something that is made of various different parts. All right. All right. And here, uh, settling back into a single track career seemed stifling and uncreative. All right, that's the conclusion of Machin when she began to be a slash. All right, and what does that mean? Stifling. All right, stifling means extremely hot and unpleasant. All right, okay. All right, so in this way, having always wanted to write, I began taking classes to become a journalist. All right, and writing articles led to the other slashes in my career, teaching, coaching other writers, and public speaking. All right, the process seemed organic. All right, I highlighted this word because organic means something that is growing, right? Okay, so the track never stops. All right, and you can have a lot of slashes in your identity description. Okay, all right, so that's why I say that living in a dynamic world, all right, you have to be active at the same time. All right, so let's continue. Pursuing multiple vocations is by no means new. All right, that means not at all. All right, it's not new at all. She gave two examples. Leonardo da Vinci. All right, he was an artist and inventor. Right, very famous one. Right, okay, and Benjamin Franklin. All right, if you are not familiar with this name, just try to check out the history of America, especially the earlier periods of the establishment of this country. All right, whose work included publishing, practice, and the emerging technology of his day. Slash careerists have always existed as the highest strata of achievement. All right, strata means all right. This is a plural form. All right, the singular form is stratum. All right, that means one of the parts or layers into which something is separated. Okay, all right, so then strata, a layer, all right. So the slash effect, creating, all right, the after dash is an explanation of this term slash effect. All right, creating personalized careers that can only be described with the use of slashes. Why is that? All right, so in the last paragraph, we have to know why is that. Okay, let me read it for you. Okay, I have so many other questions. At what point does a hobby grow up and become a second career? And why does it have cachet to have a slash in your working life? Can you prepare for a career that allows for exploitation of divergent interests? Or does it just naturally occur when people follow their passions? Why is it that so many slashes manage to achieve great success within their multiple fields? So many questions, all right? And before I finish this paragraph, I want to show two words, all right? The first one is cachet. Cachet is a French word, all right, which means a characteristic here, right? And then another one, divergent, all right, means different from each other, okay? All right, and then the later part of this paragraph. Most of all, why do slashes seem more satisfied with their careers and less appraised by them than those who hold just one job? Okay, this word appraised. What does it mean? Okay, appraise means to govern people in an unfair and cruel way and prevent them from having opportunities and freedom. Okay, so it's not a good word. All right, so here means slashes usually have achievements, all right, a sense of achievement in their life, and happier, probably happier than a person who has just one job. Okay, all right. So in the next paragraph, the time we have to build a career is suddenly more extensive than it's ever been. All right, we are simply living and working longer. All right, and so we all know that joining up with a large company where we will labor until retirement is no longer a viable plan. All right, what does it mean? Viable, right? Which means able to continue to exist. All right, it means practical or feasible. Okay, so then that's the technology factor. Okay, why we can be a slash right now. All right, because technology has contributed a lot to this. All right, especially the mobile devices. Right. Then that's the technology factor. So much of the work that's done today can be done anywhere. All right, when your job is portable, it's that much easier to take on another one. Okay, we live longer. We have technology to save our time, to make it our time longer in some sense. Okay, so it's possible for us to manage different jobs at the same time. All right, and then let's continue informal interviews and informal and informal discussions at professional conferences and adult education classes and at work/life balance meetings and at the dinner parties. I have now tracked hundreds of people whose working lives fall somewhere along the slash spectrum. All right, spectrum. I remember. Okay, spectrum means all right, a range. Okay, all right. So then that's a very short introduction of this introduction. Okay, and then you can know why matching becomes a slash, and then how to become a slash. Then much will show you in this book. So how to use this book? Think of this book as both a guide and a collection of inspiring stories. Okay, so if you want to be a slash, don't forget to check this book out, and you can see a lot of examples in this book, and you can check out the story of Sarah Liu. All right, and then you can know that's a trend, really. All right, and it's about time to follow your passions and to define your own success, and to be flexible, all right, and then to be skillful, all right, which means you have to learn a lot of skills to prepare for a dynamic future. Okay, that's it about this lesson, and that's it about this semester. All right, I hope you can have some accomplishment in this semester, and I hope I can give you some ideas you have never had before. Okay, see ya. Maybe some other times.